see what's going on from there to see what they're interested in doing for themselves. Because I always say, if you're not willing to do it for yourself, you're not willing to do it at all.
Right.
Because I've done it to try and save my family. I've done it to try and make my parents happy. But every single time, I went back to doing what I did best, and that's, drinking and drugging. So getting better for yourself, fixing yourself, wanting a better self, wanting a better you for tomorrow, for today, seems more of seems like something that, I'm trying, and it's not a bad rap right now, because I only have today. What am I, 86 days now or something?
87.
87?
Not that I know that.
I was going to say, are you counting for him?
Yeah. Well, because people, when you're in treatment fields, people say, oh, you got this. I don't want it. Because the day I get it's the day I die. And I mean that in the best ways, because I learn something new every day. Sitting here talking to you, I learned something. I figured some things out. And, I only have today, because today is my first day off, and God knows how long. Because my day off yesterday, I went and did my second job, because I have 2 jobs, because I'm doing something better. And, like I said, it's a better way. There is a better way, and I'm trying it. And for today, because I only have today, things are working out all right. 87 days.
Is that creepy that I knew that? I don't think it is.
That's crazy though. I've never been 87.
Oh, you got a countdown
days.
Going on?
Yeah.
Of course, his is the highest.
Yeah.
Well,
I could be up and around that number, but I decided that I had to wait and relapse 4 or 5 times to wait for the next step to open, to get into the next step. Take the next step.
Next step recovery house.
That's
what you needed.
You guys are willing to take that next step.
87 days, big deal, man.
It's a pretty big deal, but I'll wait till the 90 to get them coins and chips, like people tell me to.
Yeah.
What is that going to be then, 9?
Well, you know what? Check this out, Courtney, and I hope people at Skywood Recovery are still listening to this podcast at this point. Hopefully I didn't lose them when that lady came over
you
and
lost me.
Distracted me. But what if, Chris, when do you turn the big 20?
When do I turn 20?
Yeah, times 2.
March 23rd.
March 23rd. What if we had a Skywood Recovery birthday party? And we I don't know, once a month, if we got to a hotel or a lobby or someplace that wasn't a bar, and just said, hey, we're going to have a recovery party. People in recovery come out.
I think that's a huge thing that people are starting to do. Mm-hmm. I think Petoskey did a great thing, starting with recovery notes. Mm-hmm. And then now, when I went over to Traverse City last week to the fan meeting over there, the porch was there. They just opened that. And now they're Traverse City area is looking at adopting something of recovery notes over into the Traverse City area. So, I really feel and they've got comedy houses that they do on a weekly basis that's all sober, because a lot of us think that we're funny when we're drinking, right? Mm-hmm. Or whatever, and do funny things. And
what about bus stops? Yeah, so no, it's interesting. I have seen through posts and things that they have recovery bars now. Is that?
Yeah.
I'm still leery of that.
Yeah, I want to do one. I was saying that.
Does that make you does that make you anxious, just to think about walking into a bar, even though they're not going to be serving alcohol, but you're still in that atmosphere?
Well, when I worked at the bar, a few ticks down, I walked in there with anxiety, and I worried about a friend of mine who was a bartender, and it just being in certain areas, as much as cool, calm, and collective as I am right now, I get panicky. I get, sometimes I talk fast. Sometimes I put my hair down and put it in my face so people can't see me. I'm used to hiding behind the sunglasses. I took them off because the therapist once told me to take them off because that's part of my addiction. But yeah, being in a place that just some places just don't feel right yet.
Granted, I understand the avoidance part of it as you're going through recovery, and being able to be, avoidance is not the answer.
Right, yeah, exactly.
But on the same token, there's just some places that I feel as if you guys are in recovery that maybe you just are never going to feel comfortable in. There's, even with my trauma that I've had, there's some places that I don't feel comfortable going into.
I don't know. I never drank at a bar, so I drank at a bar, but I know that's not my go-to place. Mine was right in front of the couch, or right on the couch in front of the TV, alone. So I don't know.
I wasn't a huge drinker, so bars weren't really my thing. But I have been to bars. I've done, drugs in bars because bars are havens for drugs. And that's part of the reason why I quit. It wasn't the drugs so much at this bar. It was just the readily accessible access to alcohol. And, but for me...
But kudos to you for recognizing that, right?
Thank you. It was just, it doesn't take much to set me off, especially if I'm in a bad mood, something's going on, and it's just, I always say, the flip of a light switch can turn me from this wonderful person you're seeing today to a wretch, just a wreck, and shooting heroin in no time. But... mine was the shooting den in my parents' basement or side alleys. But the one day my mom told me, I love you to death, but I'm not going to love you to death. The tough love treatment. And, eventually...
that's a lot of times I have conversations with parents. They'll call me and be like, they'll tell me their story of their child that's suffering an addiction, and I have to have I actually just had this conversation with my mom in regards to my sister. She's not an addict or anything, but the tough love, setting those healthy boundaries. At some point, you have to be concerned about yourself and your mental health. Like, if it's hurting you mentally, then why are you tolerating it?
It's like my mom, because I tell the story of a Thanksgiving that I made sure that I was definitely nodding out because my brother, who's a police officer, and I have I have 3 nephews. My mom has 5 grandsons, and I'm sitting. She's like, "You're in the basement doing this, and I'm supposed to tell my grandsons not to, do this or that, and I'm letting you do this in my basement." What the hell kind of example is that, And so, and then then when you hear these punches that kind of hurt at the time, then you go numb it away, you don't worry about it. But yeah, because I'm putting my parents in a huge situation. The people that have, come to stop by the house, the people that have allowed in my parents' house, I was putting my parents at a huge risk just for doing what I was doing because I was only hurting myself. Bullshit, bull crap. It's, we don't, like the ripple effect. There we go again.
Well, I think as, we don't realize how much we become codependent on addicts or our spouses or our family members. Like, we rely on them because we want to be able to take care of something or someone, so we just keep doing it. We just keep pacifying the situation, and then all of a sudden it just blows up in your face. And
now everybody's in trouble, some way, some shape, or form.
Right.
So back to the party.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Sidetracked.
I put masks on. I deflect. That's what my therapist tells me.
So if we had parties, I don't know if we would get with Dale Hall and see if he could get a place. We might, at the time, might be able to have a place donated to us as a 501c3. But if we could find a place and just had parties, Skywood Recovery parties. You guys, we can get with Jimmy John's or somebody else, and do the Adam Sandler thing. Just plug everybody.
I try to plug shamelessly.
You guys, we should totally set up a comedy night over here, like a sober comedy night. Mm-hmm. That would be so awesome.
I love comedy shows.
I love comedy as well.
There's got to be some funny people around here, right?
You're looking at 2 of them.
I was like, don't count me out because I'm not.
I don't know. I would do it. What the hell? But I don't know if I'm funny, though.
You're passive-aggressive funny. I'm just more, I'll tell you how to get to where you can go, and I'm going to meet you there funny. But I don't like to blow my own, toot my own horn. But I've been told I'm quite funny.
There's like what, 3 sober living houses over here? You can't tell me that there's not a handful of people that wouldn't do it.
Tyrone.
Get him on stage
if we could get him here.
At least in Detroit, you have a bus stop.
At least. Yeah, well, let's tell you about Tyrone.
He's outstanding.
But yeah, let's talk about that and see what we can do, because that way Skywood could get their name out, and I'm sure they have resources to where they could. It would be almost like advertising in a way, And I know there's, at least I was told in radio that when people advertise, that's a write-off, business expense or whatever. So I don't know, but anyway, there would be, if we did need a few dollars.
I got a couple.
I got 2. But if we did need some, but everything else, though, like Jimmy John's or, I know pizza places.
I really feel like the community, too, is really starting to wrap their arms around the recovery community and be very supportive of, these types of functions.
Yeah, look at BC Pizza. They give...
Right, and you're not going to say, I want to have a work party where people are going to sit here and drink and get shit, crap, messed up. We're having a bunch of sober people come show up for a nice little evening of fun and activities where your stuff's not going to get broken, where things aren't going to get stolen, and people are probably going to hit the toilet when they pee, So...
And if we're going to give you an opportunity to display your finest pizzas or your finest sandwiches that these people can enjoy, and we're going to,
Jeez, I think we just figured that out.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to do that then.
We are.
Let's do that.
It's definitely an adventure for 2020. Here we come.
The Skywood Chris Ghosts.
Nah.
We got to call it the Ghosts. Not the Goss, the Ghosts. The Ghosts is Fody.
Ghost Fody.
Skywood, I don't know. We'll think. Yeah, your boss is listening right now going, dude, better not be associated with that at all. You do not put our name on that whatsoever. But, all right, well, one quick question, though. What is the average stay for someone who does go to, is it
so the average stay typically is about 30 days.
Perfect.
With us opening up the partial hospitalization program, that does give us, alternative options. And then obviously, if you're looking just for like a detox program, that's up to 2 weeks. So there's a lot of different options as far as where you are in your recovery. If you're needing detox, if you're not needing detox, if maybe you don't quite need residential, but you need more of the partial hospitalization. So there are so many options inside of Skywood that we can work with.
Oh, so I guess I got distracted there.
Yeah,
What's going on?
For extensions, small extensions?
There are.
Okay.
Yep, so like the PHP program. So if we feel like you're done with your residential program, but you're not quite there for a sober living IOP setting, then we can move you into the partial hospitalization program, which is really nice because the cabins are actually on site.
Wow.
And then we will help facilitate arrangements to take you to the grocery store or, so that you can get the things and the necessities that you need to live within this partial hospitalization program.
That sounds great.
And then if someone wanted to go to sober living, good places to send them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I do.
Make that next step.
And what if they're like, well, yeah, but I'm a tool and die maker, and, I don't know. I mean, are you hip to the game around here of, like, what industries are or what trades are around? Like,
you mean as far as, like, bringing them up to our community and, like, getting them jobs and stuff?
Right.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think that
Message.
right now, especially in the wintertime, if you were to bring somebody up here, you're looking at the highlands, you're looking at the mountain, nubs, and just to be out, like, checking tickets, on people that are skiing or...
I work for a place, one of those, and there's so many people that work there. There's restaurants, there's working a cash register behind the counter, there's so things you don't even think. Like the department that I work in, you wouldn't think, but you got to think, holy crap, there's hotels, so they have these, they have this, things need to get clean.
There's plenty of resources up here, and people are closing their doors. Restaurants are closing their doors because they don't have enough people to work. Places like Cormac's or, coffee places. There's our sober living. There's sober places around here that you can find a job.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it. There's so many jobs in this town. I didn't think, like I said, the job that I work, and the other one that I work because I met through people in another sober house. It's like there's when you're doing something better, the doors that open up are crazy. You just got to get your foot in that door, get your toe in the door, and then stuff opens up, and and as long as you can do things when you're not drinking and drugging. I mean, I have to run these machines where I have to remember codes and buttons, and guess what? I remember them now because
your brain is starting to come back to normal.
I'm getting it back. It took a long time to get rid of it, so it's going to take a little bit to get back. But.
Yep, and you're at day 87. Wait till you're at day 90. It changes now.
Change.
There's a reason why they count the months, Chris. No, I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, it gets so much better. So Professionals Day, we can come down?
Absolutely. I actually just asked them if we had a date set up for that yet. We don't. We're going to start working on that here. I mean, December's pretty hard to get people together and get things figured out for 2020. So that's one of our goals in the next couple of weeks is to get a hard date set for Professionals Day. And we invite everybody down to come to our facility. So you come down, it's a whole day thing. We have about 3 different speakers. Last time we had our psychiatrist and his intern talk. And then we had somebody from a therapist from the Chicago area that specializes in addiction treatment. And then we had another therapist from our IOP Speak. Nice. So we have those different ones, and it allows